What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another review video. Again, I am up at Riders today, checking out the Ducati Hypermotard 950 RVE for 2025. Now, if inside you're a big child and you want a big lump supermoto style bike, you got to be checking this out. For 2024, I did check out the smaller brother, the 698. It kind of left me wanting a little bit more grunt, a little bit more oomph. This may be the one. I really like the RVE graphics. I think it adds to that inner child feel. Looking at the heart of this bike then, this has got the Twisties engine, 937cc, 120 brake and 96 Nm of torque. Now in this light platform, I think this is like 190 kilos without fuel. So we're hitting around 200, 205 kilos with. It means it's light, it's nimble, it's going to handle well. And those numbers are going to mean you can have some serious fun. But first of all, we must do a little bit of town riding. So around town, what is it like? At the minute, I've got it in sport mode. The throttle is aggressive. That first 10%, there is an initial kind of slight jolt on the pickup. And then on the off throttle, from like 10% to off, there is just a little bit of kind of body movement. We've got 3 rider modes: urban, touring and sport. I've put it into urban now because yeah, in sport it can be a little bit aggressive. In urban you can tell that difference in the throttle, much smoother. You can go onto that on off 10% and it just kind of like gently picks up, and there's not as much body jolt when you come off the throttle either. Now this seat is hard. It is very hard. I do not know if they do like a comfort seat for it or whether this is it. But if you are looking at buying any supermoto style bike, a hard seat is kind of just something you have to accept. Now there's not a lot of creature comforts in this. There's no cruise control. There's no heated grips. It's kind of like your raw bike. But that's what it's meant to be. It's not meant to be anything more. If you want comfort, you get a naked bike. Because there's no windscreen, the wind isn't too bad. It's nice and spread across the body. It's actually quite comfortable to do motorway speeds. So yeah, if you wanted to do some touring, I'm sure you could do it on this. Like a day sack on and just hit the road. Personally, it's not the bike I'd choose to do a bit of touring, but if there's the only one in your garage, you make it work, don't you? Even in 6th gear, if you want to do an overtake, you just twist the throttle and it's got more than enough give. Now this demo bike does have a quick shifter. I believe the quick shifter only comes as standard on the SP model, so potentially riders have added this on as a little extra. But honestly, always worth getting quick shifters on bikes. I'd hate to go back to a bike without it. It's just my honest opinion. I prefer riding with it. It just makes it overall a better experience. And this quick shifter, it's decent even at lower speeds, lower revs. Like, it's not that clunky, and then when you are giving it a little bit of a fistful, she just blip blip blip. Lovely. Now looking at the Hypermotard 950, there are 3 different model lines you can pick from. You've got the standard, that's going to take you back £13,095. You've got the RVE, which is this one. That's going to take you back £14,095. Or if you want the SB version, which you get some extra goodies on, that's going to take you back £16,795. So you need to decide if the extra goodies from the standard to the SP are worth, what, 3.5 grand more? I can't remember the exact differences between them, but definitely Öhlins, front and rear, and the quick shifter. Add the quick shifter, get the standard suspension tuned for you, and save yourself, what, 3 grand? That's just my opinion. Yeah, so going down at the slower speeds, the gear changes are confirmatory. Like, you know you've changed gears. Like, it's quite a solid change. But then, yeah, when you have got a bit more revs about it, it goes through nicely. Yes, this bike can handle motorway miles, but for me, those motorway miles are a necessity if you're trying to get somewhere quicker. But if you don't need to get there quicker and you can afford to take the back roads, this is where this bike will absolutely come alive. So that's exactly where we're going. We're going to go find some twisties and then just see how this thing handles. Ergonomics then, I'm 6'1", 120 kilos, and I fit on this bike really nicely. Like the handlebars are in that nice kind of really relaxed position, but in the point where when you're getting in it, you can really start to do some counter steering. We got a long ass tank, and there is a bit of a groove on either side, so your knees do kind of like slot in, and then the peg, knee, hip kind of triangle, it's fairly relaxed. Like I can move my feet around on the pegs, put it where I want, but I'm not in a strained position. But we have got quite a tall seat of, I think it's like 870mm, I want to say. So this is definitely not for the short rider. Now I must admit, on these back roads, the tarmac isn't the best. There's a lot of potholes, a lot of divots, and the untuned suspension of this Hypermotard, it is quite stiff. When you get on that throttle, the exhaust starts to really liven up, and then when you come off the throttle, it's got a nice deep rumble to it as well. If you are in a too high a gear at a lower speed, this thing's going to let you know it. It does get a little bit lumpy. Oh, listen to those gear changes. I must apologise earlier, I said it's had 120 brake, it's got 114. I was on the Street Fighter V2 this morning, and that's got the 120. These are the roads that this bike is designed for. Whenever I've got a bike from riders that I know can handle really nicely, I always bring it down this road because it just shows off the bike's performance. He just flicks from side to side so easily. The brakes are okay. There's a lot of pull on the lever. They've got the performance, but not the initial bite. This thing hasn't got a huge amount of tech. We've got a, what is it, like 4.5, 5-inch TFT. We've got a few electronics on it, and one of them being the slide control. So if you've got enough skill level, you can slide this thing in and around corners. Me personally, I don't have that skill, so that slide control will be absolutely wasted on someone like myself. Alright, well, let's pull over and have a look at the 2025 Ducati Hypermotard 950 RVE. I've managed to jump off, and let me tell you, my bum's kind of grateful that I have. Yeah, very typical supermoto style seat. It looks wide, it feels plush, and then you sit on it for a little bit and your arse does start to go numb. Again, could just be me, could just be my oversized derriere just isn't suitable for the supermoto style seat. Anyway, looking at the RV, like I said at the start of this video, I actually really like the RVE colour scheme. The standard is just a bit meh. The SP is nice, don't get me wrong, but again, do I want to be spending £3.5 grand more for slightly different colours, the Olins, the quick shifter, yada yada? You let me know. Is that £3.5 grand more worth it? If you come looking at this bike and don't kind of expect too much, don't expect too much electronics, just jump on it and ride it the way this bike is designed to be ridden, you can have a hell of a lot of fun on this. Everything you need for an absolute weapon of a Sunday bike. I love the intricacy of the exhaust, the way it wraps around. We've got the twin exhaust output at the rear, single-sided swing arm with a 245mm disc, and at the front we've got twin 320 Brembos. We've got that very typical Ducati front end, very similar to the Yeovil. It's that wrap around daytime running lights. Integrated turn signals into the handguards, which really then just sleekens up that front end. Just means you haven't got any ugly stuff, indicators, etc. hanging off at the side of the bike. And a very sleek and tucked away rear end. We've got the Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 tyres, very sticky, absolutely no dramas with the roads that we were doing earlier today. Yeah, 6'1", I am on my tiptoes, there's no way I'm getting both feet flat on the floor. So if you are a shorter rider, I don't know if this is the bike for you. But if you're a taller rider, you're laughing. One-footed, can go flat, but yeah, 2 feet, tippy toes. And that's really it for the Hypermotard. Like I said, not a huge amount of tech, but it's kind of how the bike makes you feel when you're riding it, rather than all the tech and the gizmos and the extra kind of those type of goodies that you get excited about. This is about the engine and the way it handles and feels when you are absolutely hooning it around. Well guys, if you want to come and test out this Hypermotard 950 for 2025, you're going to have to head over to Riders in Bridgwater. As always, thank you very much to them for lending this to me. Their website will be in the description box below. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. More importantly, think about subscribing to the channel. We have got plenty of reviews left for 2025. And there's nothing else to say, but thank you very much for watching. And until the next one, ride safe.